Ida Barini.
And I'm Kelsey Paul.
And you're watching It's Today for WHIT Radio.org.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Kelsey Paul here, and Ida is sick today, so we have Natasha here to fill in.
Hello guys, how are you?
And we're gonna talk about today's news, because it ain't yesterday, but today we have some pretty depressing news. And we're going to start off with the Oklahoma tornado that hit Oklahoma, I believe it was Monday.
Okay.
And as of right now, we have the death count is up to 24 people, including 9 children. And these 9 children, mostly all of them came from schools because they were attending schools during the tornado. And about 2,400 homes were damaged in Oklahoma cities, and insurance claims will likely top $1 billion. But besides the facts, I know that recently here in New Jersey, in October, we had Hurricane Sandy, and obviously that was huge devastation towards New Jersey, but now to see Oklahoma going through something slightly similar in the devastation, and basically all their homes are destroyed. It's sad, and it brings up some bad memories. And Natasha was saying that she's going to this rock concert, or was going to.
Well, I was gonna, yeah.
The rock festival.
It's called Rocklahoma, and I was just like, wow, you know, definitely not gonna be. I don't think I'll be flying out there this weekend. It's an '80s like metal inspired show, so there's like a whole bunch of bands. I'm looking at the site right now, like Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, Korn, Cheap Trick, Steel Panther. A lot of friends of mine, or the other bands that I play with, like Wild Street, Lenum, and who else do we got here? I know I got the other kids here. There's a whole bunch of band friends of mine, and it's just it's crazy because, I mean, I don't know how it's going to affect the festival. I mean, obviously, people's morale is going to be serious, somber, you know, nothing that rock and roll is about, so.
Well, maybe it'll be a boost for them, boost their feelings and, just get them out of the misery.
Well, it says right here, they actually have on the front page of the website that there's a storm relief fund now. So
yeah, maybe
they're going to be donating part of the tickets, ticket sales on raising money to provide for all of Oklahoma City area and the tragic storms that happened. So
okay.
And there was 10,000 people affected by this tornado. So, I mean, by doing like fundraisers, and I'm sure the ticket proceeds will definitely help people out to get people back on their feet. I know that the Red Cross has been doing like an excellent job giving out food, giving shelter to those who need it, especially those who lost their homes, and it's people like that pick up.
Have either of you ever been to Oklahoma?
Yes, I have.
You have? How is it? I've never been there.
It was cool. I mean, I played this festival. It was 3 years ago, maybe. I don't even remember. It was crazy, but it's it's nothing like New Jersey. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. People are nice, but I mean, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's a kind of the whole festival is like people camp out, so everyone's like in tents, and there's mud, and it's not exactly the most glamorous. Yeah. Show, but I remember I stayed in like one of the nice resorts. I was like, I can't do this, I can't be like rolling around in mud and stuff.
Right, but they're real nice people, and just listening to them on the TV and the tragedy that they're going through now, their attitudes are really positive, and they're trying to make the best of it. It's a very difficult situation, but the people are strong out there, and they're resilient. So. We wish them the best, and hopefully they can raise a lot of money to offset some of the costs associated with this.
And I have a quote from Governor Mary Fallin.
Okay.
She said that the tornado was one of the most horrific storms and disasters that the state has ever faced. But once again, they will get through this, and they will overcome, and they will rebuild. And they will regain
It was an F5, which is the highest scale in a Fukushima, I think, scale of tornadoes or hurricanes, and F5. That's as powerful and extreme as it can get.
I mean, don't you guys find it so strange that all these, horrific tragedies keep occurring? Isn't it? I don't remember that. Do you remember that, Mr. P? Like happening?
Not as severe.
Not as common. It's like every 2
yeah.
months we got something going on.
It's really severe. I think it has a little bit to do with global warming.
Big time.
Yeah.
Totally. That's exactly what it has to deal with,
So
scary.
These storms are getting more frequent and more severe. And as Natasha just said, it does have something to do with global warming.
All we can do is try and take preventive measures to somehow lessen the severity of these storms. I mean, I know that, and this has been going around in the news lately, that the schools were not properly equipped, or some of the schools were and some weren't. They didn't have underground shelters, so they had to go in bathrooms or hallways in order to protect themselves. And that's
so sad.
Yeah.
Well, that's considered Tornado Alley, and really those schools should have an underground place to go. A lot of houses in that area have an underground shelter. So why don't the schools have that? Doesn't make any sense.
No, you're right, because I was there actually 4 years ago, and there was a tornado, a small one.
Right. Oh, wow.
And it was many. I mean, I remember being there, and we had shows were canceled. There was a huge stage that fell down because they set up like there's mini stages. There's probably like 4 stages or something like that, and one of them just had completely fallen down. So, I mean, if it's Tornado Alley, then the schools should definitely be equipped.
Yeah.
Same thing like down the shore. Like they got to take measures. Every area has their own
set of circumstances,
situation,
right? Right.
Excuse me.
So, if there's going to be a storm surge, well, put up walls, put up dunes. And the people that are fighting the dunes, look yourself in the mirror. Do you want this to happen again? And may just happen again this year, It seems to be a cycle, so you got to take preventive measures.
Well, it's the same thing with the school shootings. They got to take measures, I believe, in all schools.
Right.
In general.
Right.
Let's get real here. It's a whole nother time period, and I think a lot of wild things are happening. So you got to be realistic about how to keep people alive.
Right. How do we keep people safe? And we need to keep people safe. And if the measures need to be taken, there's no and, if, or buts. So, all right, Kelsey, we have another story about a London soldier.
Yes. My parents actually told me this yesterday because I'm going to London in July for a class trip with Miss Murphy and the British.
Miss
English
Murphy is quite the star, isn't
I
she?
know.
She's putting on a play, A Midsummer Night's Dream, right?
I've heard of her already, yes.
Yeah,
Once
Miss
before today.
Murphy. We give kudos here from WHIT. So you're going with Miss Murphy to London, huh?
Yes,
That's
and
interesting.
7 other students, I believe,
Wow.
too.
Nice.
So,
How long?
9 days.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. But at the
I
same
would be,
time,
yeah.
I heard about this story, and it's scary. I mean, I hope this doesn't happen when I go, but
I hope
it's
not.
around July 4th. So then again, well, this story was about a extremist, a terrorist, hacking a London soldier in the middle of the street, and what happened was he had a meat cleaver or something like that, and he was shouting like these absurd sayings. He said, "I apologize that women had to witness this today, but in our lands, our women have to see the same." He said, "You people will never be safe. Remove your government. They don't care about you." And so that happened, and it's very scary. I mean, they say that this was an act of terrorism, whether it was independent or whether it was a bigger scale. They don't know yet. They still have to do investigations, but it's scary.
Hacked to death, huh?
Yeah, in the middle of the street, in front of people.
Right,
And
well.
no one did anything. That was the sad part. They caught it on video. I mean, they have a video of it. I
Just
didn't
because he
watch
was a
it.
soldier, is that why? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I don't really know if he had a gun with him. Usually, it took 15 to 20 minutes, I heard it on the news this morning, just to get to that area. So I'm pretty sure maybe he didn't have a gun on him, but he was a soldier. It's
Well, another inspiring story. No, but it's a shame. Really, I don't understand that.
There's always something going on nowadays.
Yeah, I really hope that these stories do get happier, but I don't know. The past couple months, it's been, killings,
ongoing,
huge storms. I mean, maybe this has been going on for a while, and maybe we're just, realizing all these stories as they just.
So,
come
Kelsey,
one
tell
after
us what you're going to be doing in London. What are you going to be visiting?
Well, as of right now, the biggest, what I'm really excited for is to go to Stonehenge.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've heard of
Wow,
that.
that sounds interesting.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
We're going to see Big Ben.
Big
So-
Ben, Globe Theater, maybe?
Yes, we're going to a theater and doing a workshop there, and
Wow.
it's going to be fun. So it's right after school ends, so
Right.
it's right out there.
Is Ida going with you?
No.
No.
I believe 4 other sophomores, and
Right.
then I think the rest are juniors.
Okay.
So
All right. We want a full report when you come
Yes.
back.
I'll give you a full report. So that's all the stories we have for today. Thank you for listening. Hopefully these stories do get happier. Okay. Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Okay. WHITradio.org. It's Today with Kelsey Paul.